Yeah, it's been a crazy experience, just like being on Instagram, meeting so many people. You know, it's a social media platform. That's the definition of it. You know, you can't really put up an argument of what it was meant for, but it's like what you contribute and what you put into it. You know, over a decade, I wanted to do a 10-year thing, and I'm already pushing 13 years, and that's kind of, you know, I don't want, 20 years. Yeah, what are you going to do when you say 20 years, 25 years? I'm going to start this story from 2012. That's when I got on Instagram. I've been on Instagram 13 years now. August 1st, 2012, I uploaded my first picture. Didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't really have any expectations. So throughout this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some more stories and give you some more background information to some of the experiences I've had being on the Instagram platform, the social media platform Instagram, over the past 13 years. You know, the whole dialogue of just taking graffiti photos and just trying to be a street documentarian, and I really didn't have a focus in place. Like, graffiti was kind of the focus, but I was always trying to like drift into what else could I see while I'm out here in the streets. It was different, times were different, and that's kind of what I wanted to address, So I was hanging out with this girl. We were walking around. We were like Mulberry Street and Mott Street. Imagine it's 2012. I just saw a phone just like sitting on this outside a boutique. It was just like a small little boutique, and I picked the phone up. I'm like, yo, look what I found. And she's yelling at me. She's like, yo, give that back. That's somebody's. But there was nobody around. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go in the store and be like, yo, I went in the store. Whose phone is this? Is this somebody's phone? They left it outside. Everybody in the store was like, that's not mine, it's not mine. I don't know, somebody left it there. So one of their customers left the phone outside on the table, and I was like hyped. I was like, talk about your dopamine levels, like going through the roof. I was like, yo, I got this new iPhone. So what I did was I wanted to pop the SIM card out and put my SIM card in there. So I went to the 99-cent store, and I bought like this 99-cent sewing kit with the needle so I could pop the SIM card out. I'm not a schemer like that, and this is like kind of fate that fell into my lap, and I had an iPhone. And then I downloaded the Instagram app, and I was taking pictures. And I'll show you the first picture I ever posted on Instagram. It was just, walking around downtown, Alphabet City, Lower East Side, 2012, getting coffee, snapping little close-ups of little tags. I'm gonna be scrolling through all these images. Every single image I can tell you a crazy story about. People make assumptions like that you're out there because for a popularity contest. I'm not part of any popularity contest, That's the reality of it. And that's what I want to keep expressing. I want to give a shout out to CERN YMI, like YMI crew, CERN. A lot of people, I don't know, present day are familiar with CERN, amazing artist. 90s graffiti writer, YMI crew. Big influential crew for me personally. Anybody from Queens, Long Island. Yo, CERN, he told me repeatedly, hey man, you gotta get on Instagram. And he even a week later asked me what I thought about it. Because I was like, well, I don't get it, like it's these little tiny micro megapixels on your phone, you can't even really like see. So I didn't know, what the point of it was. And you got to remember, I had my Flickr account, I had my website, I had my book out already, but I didn't really incorporate any of that. That was my first question. I'm like, should I just start a whole new identity on this thing? And I just kept the name, never changed the name. You didn't have all these features. I don't even think DMing was a thing. They didn't have the way the carousel posts are now. Definitely couldn't do video. It was just like a single square image. And the filters was really the conversation piece. Picture?
No,
No,
over there.
No, the wall. So this is where I lived, 2012, 2013, 2014. This building right here behind me, 146 between Broadway and Amsterdam. I lived on the top floor. I think that was like the 6th floor. And imagine walking up 6 flights of stairs, exhausted, you know, commuting from middle of the night, you know, just on your feet, working 8-hour days, and then you just got to hike up that big hill. Now you got to hike up 6 flights to go, you know, to your room. It was a room with roommates, you know. It was a room with like roommates, you know. I didn't know these people. It was a Craigslist hookup. 2 nice ladies. It was, if I was to tell you the specifics, you know, like, you see my complexion, you see my personality. Long Island dude. I was living with these 2 Jamaican ladies, Jamaican lesbians, and they were nice, you know, nice ladies, and it's just kind of like kind of a different, coming from a different background, you know, culturally. But this building here, this was all abandoned. This was an abandoned school. It was abandoned for like 50 years. And I used to be able to see it from my bedroom window. I have a whole section on my Instagram. PS, I have it FPNYC _ hashtag FPNYC _ PS186 or Google PS186. I'll put a link in the description down below to specific references to this building, but it all happened so fast. I got videos of when they were starting construction on this place. Now it's a multi-use, I don't even know what they do here, but yeah, and you know, so this was all scaffolded up. You had to like, no one went in from the back though, and it was abandoned. They went in through the front. I'm going to show you that in a second. But it's crazy. You got to imagine, I was 2012. I was trying to, you know, I was really into the exploring, trying to go to all the abandoned places, and you had like a whole abandoned building all to yourself across the street from your apartment. So there was like little to no information about this place on the internet, and so no one really knew what the story was. There was a diner here, Jimbo's. I don't know if they're here anymore. I used to come here get my breakfast. So I used to get up, you know, 9 or 10 in the morning, even though I had to work in the afternoon. I was up, and one day I saw some dudes with hard hats cutting the chain link to the old rusty gate of this building, and I dropped everything and I ran up to them and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Because for as long as the whole 2 years, no, it was like a whole year I was living there, I've never seen anyone of official business like showing interest in the place. And I ran up to them and they said they're starting to do renovations, which I didn't believe him. I just was like, oh, you're knocking the building down. He's like, nah, we're rehabilitating the building. And then from there, it just went through a full-blown construction site. Check in the link in the description down below. There's a music video. A famous music video was shot here. A$AP Ferg, Persian Wine. It's a pretty dope video, and I think it was done completely guerrilla style. Like, I don't think they had, like, I think they just went in there and shot the video. I don't think there was that's how crazy the spot was. Yeah, that was a real game changer in my whole, where people are like, why do you care so much about the abandoned stuff and, you know, the graffiti and the history? It's like, because it just all kind of was presented to me. I didn't go looking for this stuff. I didn't go out of my way to move up here so I could be near this building. It was just kind of like something I had to walk in front of every day. So this is some behind the scenes of what people don't realize is involved with running around taking pictures. I forgot that this was really thick right now. This is what I hate about the summer. I'm not a big fan of the summer. Who knows? Every kind of poison ivy is in here. Ticks. Yo, this is wild, bro. Ugh. Like, you gotta wear long pants. You gotta wear long pants to come in here. Woohoo, bro. Try to give you some good video of this wall. I don't know if I'm gonna go around the long way to get a picture, but fresh Knoxer piece. Look at this close up. Not everyone gets to see this. Fresh Moan TFP. Fresh cess piece. Moan. A couple feet from where I'm about to stop, the traffic is all slowed down. There's this Instagram page, 13th Witness. Yo, the dude really kind of like set the standard for what was like what people were trying to do, you know, take cool photographs and explore. I took him to a crazy spot. I took Tim McGurr, and I took there was this music video director, and I took them to Hellgate Bridge. This other dude, Jason Goldwatch, a music video director, and yeah, we went on this crazy mission, and this was like 2012. You know, like, information was real primitive. It was just kind of like, you had an idea, you went for it. There was no like hashtags to look up, people to DM. I don't even think DMing was a thing. I think I communicated with these guys through Instagram, just through the comment section, because you just posted a picture and then leave a comment, you know, exchange information. Yeah, I think back on that summer a lot, 2012. So I'm down here in the West Village. You know, I didn't put too much thought yet into telling stories past 2014. I think I'm working the timeline here. I'm in front of the Westbeth building. It's one of the more interesting buildings that I personally am fascinated by. There's so much history here. I've been in this building on many occasions. I mean, I don't really have any good video to share, but maybe I do. I got some photos. I'm gonna save this building for just another video. Maybe I could do it legit, you know. If anybody watching this video has any current legit access to the Westbeth building, knows people who live there, or wants to reach out, like, I got some stories I want to contribute, and I'd like to do a video. All of this is in relation to Instagram because I was going to work, I was posting on Instagram. This is where a lot of my posting on Instagram took place, in this building. When I started this job, 1 week into this job, my manager, older guy from Queens, Ozone Park area, hasn't spoke to anybody about graffiti since the 80s. He said 89, his mother threw away all his photos, and he just like knew about, you know, from what he saw. And Instagram was new, so he's seeing people, like old friends of his on Instagram as well. Yo, after work one day, we had 2 beers. He's like, I want to show you one of the old spots I used to tag at. I want to show you my old tags. I'm just bugging out. Like, what are the chances you could work anywhere in the world, and then your manager is after work is taking you to just do what your passion is? And I'm like, I remember thinking like, oh, we got to work the next day, we shouldn't really push it, you know. But I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, this is what I do. So I'm in the back entrance to the photo studio, one of the buildings that was part of the photo studio. They had 3 buildings at the time before they moved to Williamsburg. I mean, when I worked here, I legit like held this place down. I had the keys, you know, like this was my spot. I held this down for like 10 years. I saw all the changes in this neighborhood. Stash, you know, shout out to Stash too. Stash had a one of his Arrow S's in there. I took pictures of it when I was in there, but like I never saved it. And I had a friend come one day when I was after work, and I showed it to him, and he's like, yo, this was the music producer Sam Sever's studio at one point. And I think, yeah, Sam Sever, and it was like lofted in there, and I don't know, that's what he told me, but it makes sense. But yo, if you could see like a Naisha tag, 99. See that? 99, Naisha. And I want to say, trying to read, you can see the cost. You see the CO. You can see the CO tag. It's a cost from the 90s. Yo, crazy memories. I wish I'd like, you know what I did? I took video and I took pictures, but you know, you're working. You know, you know, when you got that like that life, you know, you're just working. Nothing's changed. I painted this door black so many times. So this was across the street. This is just like an apartment building. There was this actor, Philip Seymour Hoffman, rest in peace. He lived in this building, and I was working the day they took his body out of the building in the stretcher. He overdosed, you know, rest in peace. He's a really, really great actor. It's unfortunate, you know. Got a fresh SP1 tag right here. I wanted to start this video off by just sharing a few major pockets of memories I've had. I could keep going on and on. My stories are pretty extensive. I only touched on the first couple years, not even. I'm probably gonna do another video talking about 2015, 16, 17, 18. I could do whole videos just on stories alone. So I'm gonna, in the future, you know, that takes more time to put together. For now, I just wanted to put this video out there because we're approaching, here we are, August 1st, August 2nd, 13 years. I kind of got a general idea now, 13 years later, where everything's going, and I could care less. Like if the whole platform shuts down tomorrow, at least I got this video to tell my story. And you know, 13 years I think is a good, healthy number to share what you remember, because if I keep waiting longer, who knows, maybe I'll do a 20-year video. I'm not gonna remember what I did 10 years prior to that, the specifics, unless I'm keeping notes, you know, like every little. But I'll tell you this much, from what I remember and what I kind of miss about when I first got on Instagram was people were more, it was real people. Like there was no, the algorithm didn't exist. Like the word algorithm wasn't a thing. There was real people, and we communicated, I think, straight in the comments. I don't think there was DMing. And I met some great people just based on, oh, you like going to take pictures in abandoned places? Let's link up. Didn't matter how many followers you had, didn't really matter who it is, who you knew or what you knew. It's just like, yo, this is cool, let's go link up. Now it's like really annoying. I want to be able to say that I've met a lot of great people in recent years, and I have, but at the same time, you know, there's like this weird kind of like animosity like under the radar that I want to bring to light, because it's kind of humorous in a way to me, where I'm able to make fun or have fun with it, because I don't take it that serious. But yeah, people are nuts with this stuff. I tried reaching out to a couple new people. Like there's nothing wrong with being new, but it's like they were just like, well, I don't want to go take a picture of that because so-and-so already posted that. That's not the point of going to take pictures. Who cares? That wasn't what I was about, and people assume that. They assume that that's my interest. I'm not trying to sound too negative, but you know, it's kind of a reality that no one talks about, so I'm going to try to address the topic. Yeah, it was right around the time that I was picking up a lot of traction. So there was this picture, right? And it was just a lot of tags on the wall. And I was trying to hashtag some of the names I recognized. I didn't recognize some of the other names, and that's just, for as long as I've been around, if someone's new, it's like, how do you expect me to know who someone is? That's what it comes down to. Yo, this person was like, wrote like a whole novel, how I don't acknowledge certain writers, and because I didn't hashtag someone in a picture. Over time, it became like a regular thing. Like, people really took offense to it. Like, if you did not hashtag someone in a picture, these people really want to go to war. And I'm like, dude, no one's going out of their way to disrespect you. Like, I just didn't know. And maybe you're so new, you really didn't necessarily have an influence on me yet. So yeah, I don't even do the hashtags anymore. Like, that's just like a thing of the past at this point. And like I said before, it's like, I don't think everybody's got to get along. You know, I would say who you are, address what the issue is. So if you got an issue with someone, express what it is. Don't bottle up these grudges because you're scared to say who you are, and next time I see you, this and that. It's just like, what, you're so frustrated like someone didn't post your picture on Instagram? Like, it's gotten crazier and crazier over the years because, you know, everybody's on this thing and everybody feels like entitled and empowered and make a fake account. Like, that is like zero, you know, you're not saying who you are, you want it to be anonymous. Then obviously when you ask who it is, they don't tell you, and there's this whole runaround, this game, and all they say is like, oh, when I see you, this and that, and it's like, and then they block you on top of it, and it was like, what was the point of all that effort? But it just comes with the territory, and I'm like, yeah, it takes a whole nother skill set to know how to juggle these obstacles that come your way without intentionally knowing you're even getting yourself involved. It's just for fun, man. It's just for fun. I'm not a business trying to sell anybody anything. That's something that people overlook too. It's like, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I'm just doing this for fun. Take some pictures and post the pictures. It's nothing to be intimidated by. Followers mean nothing. A lot of these numbers are cosmetic. It's not even real people. But yeah, I show thanks to those who are real people, and a lot of supportive people out there. And that's where like the focus is. You know, you just got to focus on staying positive. A lot of weird stuff comes out of left field, you know. One last thing I wanted to add, all these opinions, explanations are coming, you know, from the observer. Like, I'm observing all this stuff and you know, taking photos and video and documenting, and the way the actual writers and artists document their stuff may be a little different. However they decide to post their stuff or way they go about doing it, that's all, they have the first say in it, you know. All us photographers, you know, I think we all just gotta be on the same page, because it's already been proven. Like, one photographer acts dumb, you know, like pisses someone off, it kind of reflects on all of us, and it's like, it happens all the time. You know, writers, they kind of, maybe they're not done with the piece or whatever, and one of these photographers goes and takes a picture of it and puts it up. It's like, that's not cool. Like, that's not, it's 50-50. It's like, some people get hyped that you're out there just taking photos of all their stuff, and there's some people that don't want you taking pictures of their stuff because they're working on their own projects and they want to put their stuff out there in their own timing. But just the way information is, it's like kind of almost impossible at this point to control all this information. I also give all my photos to anybody who asks, as far as writers and artists go. If you're the artist, if you're the writer, I always give them as many photos as they want. I say, you could do whatever you want with these photos. I'm not necessarily seeking credit or tagging me in any pictures or anything. It's like, feel free to if you want to. If not, it's all good. You're the artist. I just had fun taking the pictures. I had fun looking for this stuff and finding this stuff. I'm just trying to kill all these assumptions about why I'm out there trying to find this stuff. I'm not making a zine. I'm not trying to, but if they want to use the photos for whatever they want to do, that's fine. The only thing I don't like is, like, you got, especially on Instagram, you got all these repost pages that are trying to make a name for themselves. I don't even think they leave the house. I don't even think they get out of their car. It's like they take screenshots, and it's just kind of like, yeah, that whole kind of weird animosity that goes on. photos that I could have died, or like could have put a lot on the line. Like it could have went real bad to get a certain photo, and then people just kind of jack it left and right. And like I said, it's fine if the artist can do whatever they want with it, but it's like these other pages that are just trying to ride coattails, you know, like these repost pages, which is, I'm not speaking out of being mad, I'm just expressing. It's weird, man. Like, say who you are, express like what your purpose is, and you know, it's fine. Like, I'll give you all the pictures you want. It's just like, it's super weird, like the screenshotting, but that's where we're at, you know. 13 years later, 2025, you know, you gotta juggle the obstacles. Thanks for checking this video out. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.